Can we please remember we're all friends here?
This thing is not my friend.
No beverages in the store.
Well, if you were gonna give me the locker anyway, then I want my money back.
Freddie Benson. But what if I told you he's not the beloved Freddie that you once knew as a little kid? Well, I'm gonna say something that you may not want to hear. Freddie Benson should be in jail. Locked away, throw away the key, leave him in there forever. There's one episode of iCarly where Freddie did something horrible, and it's been overlooked and ignored for years, and I want to bring it to light today. You think you may remember the good old innocent Freddie Benson, but he's not what you remember. I watched iCarly a lot as a kid, and it was even my favorite show. I was embarrassed to admit it, but it was a really good show. There was loud things, there's spaghetti tacos, there's randomness. It was a perfect show to watch as a kid and just turn it on the TV. Not only would this man be considered a simp in today's standards, he was just so desperate for love. Like, trust me, I've been there, bro, but Freddie's character arc didn't do him any justice. In the first episode of iCarly, he got friend-zoned in the first 5 minutes. That is a world record speedrun if I've ever seen anything.
I thought we talked about this. We can be buds, but you gotta get over this crush thing.
I am over it!
The first time we see him meet Carly, he's extremely desperate and just willing to do anything. He's willing to chop off his finger for Carly's love and affection.
You dropped this! I was gonna walk you home from school, but I couldn't find you. Hey!
Now, I've seen desperate guys on my time on this planet, but Freddie was unbelievably eager to have Carly love him. She didn't like him, but he thinks he could redeem himself and just pull a LeBron and carry the team. But no, like, Freddie, you have no shot. Carly and Sam end up coming with an idea. They want to basically just be Twitch streamers 10 years before Twitch was really as big as it is today. But they need a camera guy. They need an editor. And good old Freddie Benson, he is first in line. He races to Carly and go, oh, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. And we all know why he's doing this free internship for Carly, because he is on the leash.
That's it! I'm taking my stuff and I'm going home!
Please stay.
Okay.
And just watching more of the show, you really just start to feel bad for Freddie, and it just hurts. Freddie never moved on. He kept having motivation and pursuing Carly, thinking that he has the chance, that he will change her heart and that she'll just eventually love him and will stop being looked at as some innocent little guy.
I'm in love with you, you just want to be friends, and I'm totally cool living with that constant pain.
He was so desperate to look like the best option for her, he even ruined the chance of her meeting another man. There was one episode of iCarly where they wanted to have men come on and meet Carly and go on a date, and they were looking for men to be on it, so they were interviewing them, and he chose like the most despicable, weird-looking guys ever.
Girls usually don't like me because I have an odd odor.
You know, I think you might be perfect for Carly.
Next!
You're a male model?
Cool band. And
Carly would hate you.
Dude, get over it, move on. But he wastes his whole teenage years over one girl. Now, after showing all this to you, you're probably thinking, why would I hate Freddie? Why should he be in jail? You see him as an underdog. You see him as someone that's ignored. He's really kind. For this episode of iCarly, Freddie had an amazing opportunity. Carly was going out of town. She was going on a business trip to see her family. So this left Carly gone.
You want to host the show alone? Nah, I need somebody to banter with.
How about me?
So Freddie's like, oh, please, please, Sam. And he begs to be on the show. Likely because he wants to impress Carly and get him to like her. And he gets his wish. He convinces Sam to let him be the host, and it's his dream come true.
Just let me host the show with Sam one time.
Okay.
Yes!
Whatevs.
Yes!
Now, right before the show, Freddie's mom comes in and she has some friends with her, but there's this one girl, and yes, these are actual glasses that another human being's wearing.
Cool glasses.
Shh! She has vision problems.
her vision problem is a condition called bilateral optic stenosis.
And this poor girl whose name I'm already forgetting has a hard life. Because, you know, your eyes are your most important vital organ in your life. She has to go her entire life looking like this, having to wear these glasses, bumping into things and struggling. And it's just not fair for her. Either way, Freddie performs a show and he just bombs. It was unfunny. He got in a robot suit and he thought he was just going to be hilarious with these dad jokes.
Yes, I think my software may be buggy. Let me check. Uh-oh, I do have bugs. Boop, boop, beep, boop.
He completely bombed and nobody laughed. Everyone saw the show and just laughed at Freddie instead of his jokes that he was saying.
Oh, I also really liked Unfunny Robot. Oh, was the robot supposed to be funny? Yes.
And even in this moment, you can't help but feel bad for Freddie. I mean, he just embarrassed himself and his one shot to impress Carly just flops. He's getting down on himself and he has no hope.
I just wanted people to think I was creative.
So she tries to build up his confidence again and goes, no, Freddie, you are creative. You're so quirky. There's definitely things you're talented at. You're funny. But we all know she's probably not telling the truth. Since he flopped and embarrassed himself, he had to redeem himself. He had to show the world that he wasn't Mr. Friendzone, that he was Freddie Benson.
Well, you know, weren't you working on some sort of techie 3D chiz?
Yeah.
He does some Tony Stark level stuff and ends up cooking this brand new technology. A camera that can shoot 3D footage that's 3D without needing the 3D glasses. A true Renaissance man, way ahead of his time. Who could ever do this but Freddie Benson? And they film the show, and instead of having Freddie on camera, they have Gibby, which is 10 times better. The 3D effect is completely working, and it's even working on Spencer. And you can thank Dan Schneider for the massage shot.
It's like Sam's fingers coming right at me.
Sure is, sir. Relax your toes.
Oh, sorry.
Freddie completely redeemed himself. He did something no one else in the world has ever done, and he just did it on his own TV show. So they decide to go to the smoothie bar and celebrate their new success. And they get inside and just, it's not looking well. Everyone inside the smoothie bar was just brainless. They were walking around like zombies, bumping into each other and things. And even this girl was looking at the wall like it was an optical illusion. Something wasn't right, and they bump into their boy T-Bone and they ask him, hey, what's going on? Why is everyone walking around like this? And he shared with them that everyone was just watching the new iCarly and watched the brand new 3D effect, and all of a sudden, everyone's eyes are hurting.
Watching iCarly. Next thing, everybody's eyes went all wonky.
If you watched iCarly's 3D webcast tonight, raise your hand.
They start to look around and go, oh, everyone's raising their hands after watching our show. We may be responsible for damaging their eyes. And I did some research into the iCarly world, and they pull into 100,000 to 200,000 viewers for each live show. And a lot of them were kids, but also some adults. I mean, you could see T-Bone, he was an adult. Some people were tuning into iCarly and had their eyeballs completely destroyed without them knowing. They'd go outside, start to walk their dog. Some people may have even got behind the wheel of a car and started driving. People walk into telephone poles, people walk into construction sites, and then falling in holes, and then they get radioactive poisoning. If a boomerang comes flying at you, you need to react and duck. But Freddie had potentially damaged 200,000 people's eyeballs, maybe even more. Imagine if there was an airplane pilot watching iCarly in the terminal waiting before his flight, and he just finishes the show and he goes, oh, I gotta fly this plane. And he gets behind in the cockpit, and the plane goes down just because of Freddie. With Freddie realizing all the damage that he did to these people's lives, what does he do? He runs! He runs away from the crime scene. That is the same thing as a hit and run when doing a car accident. He just left everyone there to suffer on their own and get pain pills. And don't get me wrong, Freddie felt bad. He thought he redeemed himself only to figure out that he damaged hundreds of thousands of people's eyeballs and that people get into car accidents because of him.
Yeah, just to their stuff. And their bikes and cars. And the stuff their bikes and cars ran into.
Oh wait, it looks like someone's at the door. Turns out it's the father and her daughter with the eyeball glasses. She doesn't have glasses on. What's going on? Now Freddie's worried he ruined her eyes, just like all the rest of his viewers, and he's going to get served a big fat lawsuit. But it turns out it's quite the opposite.
Courtney?
I watched your 3D webcast the other night.
Great. So now you're gonna sue me?
Are you kidding?
You cured my bilateral optic stenosis.
She's been to over a dozen eye doctors since she was a little girl.
None of them could fix me.
But after she watched your webcast, her vision became totally normal.
Really?
Yeah, he cured this one person who had to wear glasses. Oh my gosh, she's now attractive. She doesn't have glasses. She's no longer ugly. The world is saved. But there are hundreds of thousands of people out there in the world suffering pain in their eyeballs because of the wrath of Freddie Benson. You may be expecting the cops to come bust down the door and to put him in handcuffs and arrest him. Nope, they completely let Freddie off the hook. No lawsuits, no cancel culture, no loss of viewers. Their fans still love him. I did the math and I did the calculations, and I looked at how Freddie affected the lives of hundreds of thousands of people and decided what would happen if he got taken to court for the crimes he committed. If Freddie was taken to court and sued by his own viewers that he harmed, he would be facing between $5 to $10 million in a class action lawsuit. Freddie's an unpaid intern. He's broke. He would stand no chance in the American legal system. Freddie Benson is a wanted man and a wanted criminal without a doubt. Every year we see celebrities and YouTubers get cancelled for serious things. Why is Freddie Benson still walking around to this day? Freddie Benson should be in jail.